Hey, Saynex, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Glad to see you here, friend. Alright, yeah. Twitch. Pop out. Alright. Let me go to Twitch as well, because I need to change my Twitch names, and then we'll start the stream. Done. I have a notification from Twitter. It's just Twitter news. Stop giving me news, Twitter. I don't want it. Pause my live stream. Alright. I think everything I have is done. We're ready to start playing Pokemon. Oh yeah, I should open up Eon Timer. There we go. Eon Timer's opening, and I need to do 3DS RNG Tool. It's lit. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Find a new Pokemon. So I believe I'll just be looking for the same portal, the yellow portal, because I want either, you know, Giratina or I don't know, some other guys. Because if I check here right, I think I have the Pokemon for Giratina chilling with me. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Let me know if the unfortunately, my computer is right next to the air conditioning, and it is too hot to handle, to say the least. So, hold on. Yeah, let me know if the AC is too loud. I'll see what I can do about it, basically. So we're looking for. I'll probably go into the lowest I'll go into is a double ring yellow, unless double yellow ring, unless I'm like forced to go into a one yellow ring. You know what I mean? Hey Oace, I saw you pop up. Well, oh, double yellow. Thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you again, my man. And I got nobody. Lit. I'd appreciate if anyone enjoying the stream, if you guys want to share it or chill, whatever. I changed the title. But I didn't change the title until after I started streaming. YouTube saves your title. You don't have to change it. So I hit the start stream button, and then I changed the title immediately. So that's probably why. But no longer my birthday. And welcome, Poke Guitarist Jake. What's going on? Thanks for stopping by. It has been. No, next week is my. Or tomorrow would have been a week for my birthday. Hey, Mighty Nico, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying it, I appreciate sharing it around. Trying to just have oh, no. Oh, I did it. Alright. Yeah, so I really want Giratina. I think Giratina's shiny is super sick. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, you know. Man, every time I talk about this. So basically, it looks like, you know, not Melee, and I like Melee. It's hard to explain to people who don't really get in-depth into a game why you wouldn't like it. But, yeah, I'll try it, I'm sure. Not the game for me, probably, though. Yeah. Hey, Michael, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, we have a good time and get some shinies. Yeah, Smash Ultimate doesn't look nice for me. I pretty much, if I'm to play a platform fighting game, I prefer Melee style, right? So the Smash alternatives I do enjoy are, my brain just stopped. Hold on. So the Smash alternatives I do enjoy that I think are like, so basically the only games I play seriously with competition, will play for literal hours of my time, is I will play Melee and Project M for hours. I love both of those games to death. Yeah, I also really like, so those are my two main ones. I'll play them to death. And honest to God, the literal only reason I still play Project M, not a meme, only reason I play Project M still, like, the game is good, it's, you know, it's Melee-esque, but what really brings me to it is, they're the only Smash game that even attempted to make Wario how I remember Wario and how I loved Wario. I don't talk about it very often, but I really love Wario. Like, I really love Wario. I grew up, like, my Game Boy Color came with Pokemon Blue, but it also came with Wario Land 2, and I got every Wario Land. I got Wario Land 3 and 4 after that. And so I grew up. He's basically like the platformer I grew up with. And my girlfriend got me Wario World for my birthday, which I never got because I never had a GameCube growing up. I didn't have a GameCube. The first GameCube I got was in 2007 or whatever when I got my Wii. And so I didn't ever have Wario Land. And she also got me this game called Wario Master of Disguise for the DS. I've never heard of it. It looks like a puzzle platformer inspired by Wario Land, but it doesn't look like it's got Wario Land's sick pacing, but we'll see. Looks cool as hell. I've never played Wario Land 1, which I want to do, and I've played a little bit of Wario Land Shake It. The game looks sick as hell, but I never bought it. Just, yeah, hard to explain the reasoning behind that. The game is cool. I played it for a little bit. The reason I never really played more of it was because, like, let's just say I didn't. It was in my more broke days and I would just download some Wii games. And I think when I have an open library of games. Oh jeez, oh boy. Okay, so when I have my Twitter is I'm_A_Blisy. So when I was like, when I have a large access of games that maybe I haven't paid for, I'm very unmotivated to play them for some reason. It's very odd. Sorry I've been ignoring you, Jake. I've just been telling my story, but let's see here. Yeah, feel you. There is directional air dodging. Apparently, downward air dodge is barely lawless, but there's no slots. You cannot attack out of it until I think one. It gives you one frame. Yeah, wave landing is super laggy though, and even then, wave landing isn't. I can't explain it, but it's not. I do not need one single mechanic to come back. You run in and played Wario Land 2 from Blockbuster, then I got Wario Land 3 as my first game, and Wario Land 2 when I was 10 or 11 years old. Love. Oh, Master of Disguise you're talking about. Thank you for the follow on Twitter. I appreciate it, Jake. Okay, so yeah, but basically I play Project M because Project M is the only Sakurai. I don't know what his deal is. He seems to just think like he does not have any respect for Wario Land. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. And so since they are some of my, I actually have this. This is a very distinct memory. So oh man, I have to put this into context. So my cousin Andrew, right? he lived in New Jersey, probably like a half hour, 45 minutes from my parents' house. I grew up in New York. I still live in New York. And his parents' house was maybe like 30, 45 minutes away. And he had a GameCube with Smash Brothers. And in elementary school, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It looks pathetic and stupid and bad, Jake. Like, it's his dash attack. Get out of here. It's literally... In Wario Land, the button combination side B literally does the arm charge. It was too perfect. So, anyway. Project M literally did Wario almost perfectly. There's a few things I would have done differently still, but they did it very well, I think. So anyway, so I remember having this conversation. So Andrew was the only person in, basically out of any of my friends, or because, you know, I only saw him maybe 3 times a year tops, and so he was the only kid that I knew until, man, he's basically the only kid I knew until sometime in middle school that I, like, even the friends I did have who had it, I didn't see frequently. Like, I didn't go to their house and play Smash Brothers Melee frequently. And I actually didn't even know about Smash 64 as a kid, even though I had plenty of friends with it. Like, I would say I was able to start playing Smash Brothers frequently with friends in high school, which is crazy, but to think about. So anyway, yeah, it's crazy to think about to me, but, so my cousin Andrew, I'd go over like 3-4 times a year tops. He's the only person, besides my brother, who, you know, would also play because we'd go over his house, who played Smash Brothers. And I remember we used to have this trampoline in my backyard. He was like, we were just jumping on our trampoline, and he was like, yo, you know, if there was a Melee 2, who would you want in it? And, like, the only character I could think of was like, yo, I want Wario. And so Brawl comes out, and Wario is, like, just like a, like, what? Like, I was expecting someone like Bowser, like a big heavyweight hitter, you know, with all his moves from Wario. Oh, wait, I want this one, and I missed it. But, that didn't happen, and, so, yeah, I've been perpetually disappointed. But Project M, not disappointing, because Wario is, while he's not the heavyweight I wanted, he's like a weird floaty, like Jigglypuff-style gameplay. He at least has the moves I like. And it's to my detriment, actually, because I spam side B a lot. It's my biggest thing I need to learn to do better, to say the least. And for all the for viewers who are coming in new, I'm not. Yeah, Wario Land on PM is sick as hell, dude. Yeah, so any of the new viewers who are popping in, I'm not doing a wormhole hunt. I'm looking for a legendary. Yeah, Bad Mario is a sick song. So yeah, I'm not doing like the lazy cheapo hunt, if you want to call it that. Well, that's a, you know, the thing is, I don't even want to call it a cheapo hunt because I don't want to devalue anyone's shiny. You just got here at the start, Sir Mexican. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it looks like I'm doomed, guys. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, it says dash attack, it's lame. You can no longer get job block out of the down throw. Interesting. Hey Brian, haven't seen you in a while. Been really busy with my internship and community organizer and legal work, but taking time to relax. Well, I'm glad you're able to relax, Brian, and I'm glad you're here. It's awesome to see you, my friend. Yeah, you know, it's hard to talk about, but like, like I've been wanting to stream, and it's not even that I haven't had the time to stream. It's just, it's hard to talk about, but basically, my motivation has been really lacking, and I've been like sad the last like 2 weeks. I've just been like, I don't know. You know, I've always had, probably since like late high school, you know, I've been in and out of therapy and like had like kind of depression and like anxiety, like pretty severe anxiety stuff. And so like that's just been really fucking with me the last few weeks. I don't know what's up with it. But I really, especially since tomorrow, and I've just been exhausted as well. Yep, my oven's going off. I gotta get my dinner. My lazy dinner. But tomorrow I'm going to try and start work on a video tomorrow that I want to get out on Monday. Not Monday, but like, yeah, on Monday, hopefully, but potentially just anytime next week. Oh, doing the dodge. There's no real reason. It's just like, you know, stuff. It's just, there's literally no reason. The only way to explain it is that there is no reason. Like, I have no reason. It's just like a combination of anxiety and like other mental health stuff that I like deal with a lot. Like, you know, it's been like this since high school, and like that's part of the reason my videos become infrequent, I think. Is if you ever know, like, ever since the dawn of this YouTube channel that I've made, right? Like, if you ever notice, like, I'll make videos like every day for like a month or something, you know, and stream every day, and then I just like stop. I'll just disappear for 2 weeks, and it's like I deal with that kind of thing, you know, and it's just like it sucks because I really do want to put more work into this YouTube channel. I want to make this into like a, you know, I talked to my girlfriend about this because she has a excellent talent of crocheting. She has made me an excellent. Hey Joseph, welcome. Oh dang it. I was without a therapist for a couple months. Just got a new one. Well, I hope it works out. Nothing much is up with life besides my birthday, Brian. I just kind of chillin'. Like, I've been playing Wario World. That shit's sick. Sick. Wario World, sick. Really short. I'm definitely more than halfway done with it, and I've played it for like 4 hours, so definitely gonna end really soon. Hold on, my coffee is gonna burn. I will be back. Hey Jay Sizzler, welcome to the Twitch chat. I think you are also Joseph Sisler in the YouTube chat, but whatever. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, got my food, got my hot coffee on my hot summer day. Great plan after I schwitzed outside all day in walking these doggos. No worries. Okay, so welcome. I'm backed up. No worries, man. Self-care and mental health are important. Take time to focus on and find stability. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Brian. Like I was saying, like, yo, GameCube Virtual Console release Melee. So literally, I do not want a new Melee. I don't care if there's a new Melee. I want, guys, CRT TVs will break one day. Like, please, like, please just make Melee, like, you know, even I have a lagless converter for HDMI to GameCubes, but A, they're super expensive right now. It was like $100, and B, I think even the best LCDs aren't good enough. Like, you know, even the cheap Sewell Wii HDMI monitors, converters for Wii to HDMI, it's only has 0.25 milliseconds of lag, not that bad. Like, completely dealable. But the thing about the monitors is that that even the best monitors will introduce lag. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Smash 64 VC was like the worst. Fallout. Oh, love your streams. Would be great to see you mix things up a bit. Coming from the UK, so it's late over here. Sanex, what would you like to see? Seriously, tell me. I'm interested. Hey, Otis King Zero, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, smart. Done it. But yeah, so like, you know, I want to make my YouTube kind of like you know, I don't ever envision me being able to do this as a full-time job unless I seriously unless I, like, how do I say, like, expand my content besides shiny hunting and tutorial video. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I do have a little bit of a plan to do that, but we'll see. You know. But, like, you know, every now and then my YouTube bills will pay for groceries, or I'll have a hit video and make, like, a random, likely shit. Like, that Eon ticket video blew up, and I made, like, probably $150 just off of that video last month. Like, sick. I made, you know, so it's just like a side thing I want to do, like, just to, like, you know, it's my first year on my own in my own apartment, you know, no financial cushion, so you know, I want to make it like a thing where I can make some money off of it and entertain and be a community with you guys, like, because, like I was saying, my girlfriend has, like, a really good talent for crocheting. She makes some pretty cool scarves and patterns and stuff, and I was like, oh, do an Etsy, like, you know, I'm trying to make YouTube my, like, little side thing where I can make a few bucks doing something I like, with people I like. Like, why don't you, you know, try and open up an Etsy and, you know, it's not sewing, it's like, crochet some stuff, doing something you like. That's the idea. Yeah, the Eon ticket vid blew up. I have no idea what was up with that. It was very weird. Thank you. My shirt says Smash University. Please. Hey, Squid Girl, what's going on? Nothing, just watching some neat dude going for some neat mons. I'll thank Otis King Zero. Brian made 139,000 accounts. Hell yeah, dude. I play PM all the time. Okay, so other games besides Pokemon never goes well on these streams. I think, honestly, I basically think I'm restricted to just Pokemon and maybe a little bit of fun Smash Brothers style videos, like streams, until my channel gets big enough to where I can expand my audience through videos. So, like, right now, all my videos are Pokemon, all my subscribers are for Pokemon. And that's because I haven't expanded my content, because I'm worried that, you know, my other styles of videos just won't do as well. You know, so in the future, far future, potentially could happen. Which is a better rival, Wally or May? Man, okay, so they both... Good question. First of all, Squid Girl. So, in Ruby and Sapphire, get ready for this. They both suck. And let me explain. Okay? I will explain myself. So, in the original games, this is not Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. They do have a ranking in that game. So, in Ruby and Sapphire, I will explain. I know, there might be some outrage, but in Ruby and Sapphire, here's Wally, right? Wally's supposed to be not just a rival, but he's supposed to be like a mentee. Like, you are supposed to be teaching him. However, this is not conveyed very well, as you battle Wally... Man, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's once. Maybe twice before the Elite Four battle. So you help him catch his Pokemon, right? Then you battle his Curlia, and you just whoop his ass. And he's like, well, I guess I'm not strong enough to do anything, Uncle. I couldn't prove myself, right? And then, you know, you hear about him saying that he's doing well, and all of a sudden you're battling him at the Elite Four, dude, strong as hell. It's like, what? Like, bruh, what happened? Where do you... He went from 0 to 60 without any of us seeing it. So I don't think it's conveyed very well that you did a good job teaching Wally about anything. So I just don't think it's conveyed well. Now, the May, Brendan has this problem too. You can skip literally 2 of their battles, which I think is half. They either have 4 or 5 battles, I don't recall. So you could skip half their battles, and then they never get the 3rd form of the starter. What? Giratina, please. Oh, I got something. So, it's a Reggie. I think it's Rock. Do I have a good nature for him? Calm is a nature I want for Reggie Rock. No, it's Reggie Rock. Emerald is the best 3rd gen game, period. I actually disagree always. So, yeah, May and Brendan don't finish... I don't know why I did that. I meant to save. May and Brendan don't finish their Pokemon team. Like, they just give up. It's like, what is this? So, in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I actually think Wally is conveyed a little bit better just through speech. Oops, I gotta reset that one. Just through speech. Like, they explain it more. But... And his final battle is way more epic, even if it's actually not easier, or not harder. But I think Brendan and May, Professor West Raid. Oh, hello, Master Aqua, Carton of Milk, Saluvia, Hank Wolf. Oh my goodness! Oh, thank you for the raid, Professor West. I appreciate it. Oh, Kajito. Hey, you come to my stream. I know Kajito. Alola, everyone. There's a lot of you. I want to try and... I want to try and say hi to all of you, but there's too many. Scratch Cat, Meowth, Trapzid, Jamil. And... Oh, hold on. I forgot this. Boom. Okay. Well, let me... Uh-oh. What is this? Yeah, let me get this thing up here. I'm so bad at organizing my OBS. There we go. Traps dead. Thank you. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time pronouncing everyone. Firemaster432. Thank you. I will have a hard time reading everyone's, but I will also try my best because I like to engage my viewers. Yeah, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. Stating my opinion about what? Bet. Dechiron Brickell. So I do a lot of RNG abuse hunts to see what Pokemon I can get. That's kind of like my main shtick, and I like doing the stream hunts in. I have a comm synchronizer, so I like doing the streamed shiny hunts for RNG in these games. Excuse me, in Ultra Sun and Moon, because I tend to think that it's the most exciting games, because there's a lot of variance in these games. There's a lot of different like, it's very hard to nail the spread, so I'm just using it to get close. It's much more exciting than where, you know, if you do Gen 5 RNG abuse, it's really easy to get the exact Pokemon you want, right? You can be very precise, and you can easily get a 5-stat perfect legendary style of situation. But I don't think, and it's very easy to do it first try. But in this game, It's not easy to do anything first try. It's a Regirock. I just got it. I was just doing Ultra Wormhole stuff. And so it's very hard to be precise in Ultra Sun and Moon, so I think it's very exciting when I finally get the shiny. And it's a little bit more calculated and reflex-based, and I like timing-based things, as evidenced by my my emote about where I have reflexes. Unfortunately, I am not getting any good spreads. Like, so the the reason I soft reset was because I did this right here. You know, in case any of you new viewers are interested in watching this. This is me trying to find out my initial seed. These clocks can tell you what it is. And the initial seed's very mathy, but basically it's just a term for... See, nothing can be truly random, and so this is figuring out what number the DS starts its randomness from. It's like a hex decimal number. So, doing this, right, you have to do this 8 times, and you'll figure out what your number is. It's harder than it looks, I promise. And you gotta do it usually 8 times-ish or so. And I think so. These two could be the seeds. I have to do one more, right? So I'll have my seed here. Nope, I have to do it again. It's very rare it goes on for this long, but you'll see. Bink. There you go. So this is my initial seed, right? So then I can go over into this tool. So this is not like an action replay thing. I just have a 3DS capture card, you can see. It's like there's no cheats or whatever. Then, nope, where is it? This, if I hit the calculate button here, so it tells me that the earliest shiny that could possibly occur is at 2 minutes, 14 seconds. So that means, well, I'm not going to wait 2 minutes for a 1/60th of a second window to see if I can get that shiny. And that's how I do my shiny hunts, basically. So I think it gives me pretty good chances, but I think it's still an exciting way to hunt. For me, anyway, it's exciting to finally hit the right frame. And that's not to say things are easy. It took me months to get my shiny type null in regular Sun and Moon, because NPCs mess with it really bad. NPCs super make it rough. So I'm a crazy pro shiny hunter. You could think of it that way. Nice emote. Why just why? It is not named DS Dick. Okay, let me repeat this. The emote is named Blisy Reflex. The joke being that the joke is that I will miss a very easy shiny frame multiple times, and the joke is that I have very good reflexes, sarcastically. After making it, I did realize, yes, that looks a little bit like a penis. However, I could not make it any better. I could not make it any better, and so I chose to keep it as is. And that is the story of why people call it DS Dick. Hey Scooter, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is a family-friendly stream. It's an accident. It was all an accident. Okay, so here you can see, right? This is a 2-frame window at 1 minute 38 seconds. I am interested in doing that. This one's at 40 seconds. I'm more interested in this one. So I'm gonna. So basically, I hit a button and it tells me what to type into this little timer I got going down on here. Family friendly. Leave me alone, Squid Girl. 5932. So it tells me what to put into that timer. And I messed up. Oh no, I didn't start my timer. No, tragic. Yes, unfortunately, it is 10 trillion degrees. Actually, let me check the weather right now. Yes, I wish I could do something better about it, Scooter. If it's annoying, I'm sorry. It's just my... I'll show you guys in a second. Yeah, it's... It is 86 degrees right now outside, and there's a 50% humidity where I live. Unfortunately, my computer is right next to the air conditioner, and it's the only AC for the entire apartment. So, I'm really sorry. But yeah. That's just the way it goes, my man. Well, it's a Regirock. I mean, who cares, right? I'm not going for a good stat Regirock. Get that out of here. But yeah. So that's the way I shiny hunt. I hope at least some of you from the raid stick around a little bit, see how this process works, maybe consider subscribing. How am I not cooking? Well, when I was walking, because, for those who don't know, my job is, I walk dogs all day. I like it a lot. Very good. Dogs are good. I was dying, actually, Green Darkness. I died. And I came back to life just to stream for all of you. But yeah, like, I schwitzed. Hey, Katie Sue, thank you for stopping by. Paulo, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's a pretty good air conditioner. I mean, it has to be. It does the whole apartment. I also have the fans facing up, and the fans are facing up, not even because, like, I'm worried about the stream. It's like it kept blowing the stuff on this shelf over, and so I have it face up. It's a pretty good mic. I have a I do not have a sound filter. No, it's a pretty good mic. It, like, you know, it's nothing special. It's a blue Snowball USB mic, like a nice hobbyist mic, I think. You know, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna get like a big old XLR microphone for my 3,000 subscriber, not even 3,000 subscriber channel. No offense to you guys, but it's just not monetarily. It's not fiscally. It makes no sense. 3042. Okay, that popping noise was the timer. I'm actually going to turn it off. When the stream gets rated by collectible on shelf. It's pretty good, Sir Mexican. It's only 50 bucks. Yeah, so I have a webcam, I have my 3DS with the capture card, and I have my blue Snowball, which is actually black, microphone. Also make sure to eat as close as you can to the microphone. It will annoy everyone, and make sure your people leave your stream. Alright, there we go. That was really good timing, so, I mean, I could get a first try shiny, but I doubt it. Nope. At least I know I'm spaced correctly, though. Is that a new version of Eon Timer? I thought you knew about this. Some dude on the Pokemon RNG Reddit, I just zoned out. Oh yeah, some guy just like made a Java version of it on Reddit, and it doesn't do the glitch where it doesn't do the glitch where the sound stops happening. And apparently, the glitch with the sound like only happens for me. Nice, Marco. That's really awesome. Kajito, I've watched a lot of your videos. I can RNG and Emerald really good now. But you have trouble in Gen 7. Yeah, Gen 7 is much more volatile. Excuse me. Conceptually, it functions almost identically to Emerald, but in reality, I think it's much more difficult, honestly. The glitch also happens to you? Okay, yeah. I gotta post it in the resources section on Discord. I'll try and do that after the stream. I intend to try and stream until around 9 o'clock, like 2 more hours. It's not. Yeah, Green Darkness, I'm gonna do that in a bit. I think it's better. I miss the old beeping sound, but I think it functions better. Okay, so let's see. How far away was I? I will do it after the stream. Yeah, I want to stream for another 2 hours. I don't know if I have the endurance to do a shiny hunt for 2 more hours, so I might transition to Pokemon X at some point. Let's see. I was 44 frames early. Interesting. 44 divided by 60. Okay, so we'll add that to 2.543. Is that the 2.5 plus 3.276? 3276. There we go. My timer is actually really low for this area for some reason. Have you missed anything, Lati? No, you haven't. Hisham Shakil? Actually, Green Darkness, you know what? Hold on. It was really low for some reason. I don't know why. Where's my disc? Where's Green Darkness? Green Darkness, I just PM'd you the new Eon Timer. If you could be a homie and put it in the resources thread, like, for me right now, I'd really appreciate it. Okay. If you can, I'll just do it when the stream is done. But I did PM it to you, to say the least. Yeah, I got the heat strand with that pre-timer. RNGing a perfect Lunala is hard. That's why I did, like, barely anything. That's why I barely did anything in my video for Solgaleo. You know what? Where's my phone? One second. I definitely need my phone. Phone? Where have I put you? This is actually annoying me. I have no idea where I could put it. Oh, that sucks. It's in the house. I was using it earlier. Huh. Oh, hold on. have to replug it in, don't worry. There it goes. Oh, really? I didn't realize. Oh, it's under my keyboard. What is your iffy question? Oh, I gotta... Oh boy, where's my... Now I gotta get my DS charger. Which I do think I know where it is. Should be in my Dungeons & Dragons bag. Yeah. Phone unlocking stuff? What do you mean? Like how to hack a phone or whatever? I don't know anything about that. Like, honestly. I genuinely have no idea, Damo. Genuinely have no idea. I think Apple even said that their encryption is so good that they don't know how to do it. Even. Oh, dang, green darkness. Might as well. Where is it? Permissions, mod. Okay, I just think I gave you the permissions to edit stuff, Green Darkness. Welcome back, Squid Girl. Yeah, I think I just gave you the permission to edit messages in that channel and post new messages, but correct me if I'm wrong. Well, no, okay, if I remember this news story correctly, Apple had to... They would have either had to make, like, a virus thing, and then they would worry that would... It wouldn't be, like, a master key. Like, it would, yeah. It would make, like, a virus to break the... Like, that they were worried about people getting in, or they could put, you know, preemptively put backdoors in, but people could discover the backdoors and then just hack whatever phone they felt like. Nothing good. Nothing good. Unfortunate. Both scenarios seem plausible. Yeah, I don't disagree with their decision. I value privacy above, I value the privacy more. That's what I'll say. I don't like to get too political on this stream, even though I make my I make my political leanings very obvious. But yeah, I don't feel like getting into an argument with viewers about it. 19 seconds. I'll go for that. All right, thank you, Green Darkness. 1170. It's important that the mods should have it anyway. Like you guys should have those permissions. You know, in case, you know, you guys find or, you know a new resource and I'm at work or on mobile and you're like, hey, can I add this to the thread? Like, just PM me, you'll be able to do it now. In the back of a FedEx truck. Who knows, man? Who knows why we were in the back of that truck? The world may never know. I just wanted to see how... It was only a one-frame window, but I just wanted to, you know, see how close I was getting to it. I got kidnapped? Probably not. Yeah, that's basically what I do as well, Lottie. I also have managed it several one-frame spreads, so I think it's worth it to go for them. Let's see. Let's see here. 175, 143, 289, 74, 137, 83. Okay, I was only, you know, 2 frames off, basically. Actually, I was 1 frame off. 1 frame off. Nice. So, pretty good timing, huh? Many of times you have gotten the 1 frame timer. Yes. Only once I recall... Was it Moltres who I got, like, first try 1 frame? I do remember that. Mewtwo I got very fast as well. Because I don't even remember getting Mewtwo. And the thing about Moltres was, it wasn't really first try. It was first try of that session I got it right away. Because I had left and went back to do something. Also, if Ruby or Sapphire were not from Gen 3, why are we moving? What are you talking about? Your character was definitely from Johto in Gen 4 or Gen 3, right? Oh. Where? Yeah, you're from Johto. They say you're from Johto in Gen 3. But, and the thing is, I remember that was part of the reason I thought the rumor that you could go back to Johto was true. The Shining Umbreon. You're RNG abusing. Neat. I haven't done that since 4th gen. Yeah, 4th gen is a good gen to RNG abuse, I find. Got a 43-second frame here. Yeah, I think RNG abuse is really fun. Just a fun way to 2584. I couldn't believe RNG abuse was discovered for Gen 7. Hey, babe. Ooh, I love that mug. This is my favorite mug. I wanted to play some Wario World when I got home, but instead I just fell asleep. How's that summer coffee? Well, it is lukewarm, and it's making... I was just so bad on the timing there. I don't even want to talk about it. Well, basically, now that it's summer, Green Darkness, I do have to deal with the... I do have to take the... Damn it. I do have to take the loss of drinking hot coffee once, but the rest of the pot, I pour into like a bit. We have like a pitcher. I pour it into there, and we just have iced coffee. It's morning somewhere. Family so rich they could move a van. Yeah, they don't even have to use a moving van. They use the moving van across the, not just the continent, across the ocean. Lukewarm is how I like your coffee. No, I actually agree with you. I think I like iced coffee and lukewarm coffee the most because I could just like scarf it down. Like I just, all the way down. Maybe make coffee smoothies instead. I actually was going to do that for my dinner, was make like a coffee protein shake, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. Because I didn't want to clean my bottle, and I figured I would do that tomorrow for breakfast or something. Roses are gray, violets are gray, I'm freaking colorblind. I think that was funny. Good joke, Mudkip. I appreciate it. I appreciate your humor. Then again, maybe with the AC hot coffee is not as bad as it should be. I assure you, even with this loud AC blasting, it is hot as hell. It's not hot as hell. I think I'm actually just too warm. Like the coffee's still warm. Like the coffee's warming me up. This AC would be on no matter what after the day I endured. Holy moly, it was so hot. Yesterday was much worse. Yesterday it was like a humidity of 7 trillion%. And yeah, it was awful. You're hunting Dialga, Ash. Good luck, good luck. I got one of the shinies in this game. Is Dialga Ultra Sun or is it Palkia? I can't remember. I did, whichever one it was, I got shiny. I'm looking for Giratina, but unfortunately I have Regirock chilling here. I want that Giratina so bad. Giratina shiny is so cool. I already have it from Platinum, I think. I have a 0.8 second one. So I think I have I think I have the shiny Dialga with me then. 48 frame. All right, here we go, guys. Well, I want to do a test here. Hold on. All right, it will be 2. Damn it! I think I was late. I thought there was gonna be 2 pops, but there wasn't. It was literally like it was literally 48 frames in. There was very little chance I was getting it, but you know, who knows? Who knows what you could or could not accomplish? You are used to hot temperatures. You only go out with long sleeves as you don't like getting sunburns. I'm actually the exact opposite. You can ask Dragons if they're in the chat, but I will go out in like 45-degree weather in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'll be like, hell yeah, this is the perfect weather. This is the most beautiful weather of all time. 45 degrees, I love it. Peterson Bird, one chocolate boy. Yeah, Regirock is a chocolatey. And I do love me some chocolate, if I do say so myself. Yeah, so I'm the exact. I don't hate the heat. I just hate humidity. Is really what it comes down to. I can deal with heat honestly if it's not humid. I hate humidity. It feels like you're walking through soup. It's the reason I'm apprehensive to go to Florida. 3430. Alright. Actually, I have to text my Floridian friend because he just moved in today. In your opinion, what should I RNG abuse next being new to the concept? You just 45 in Fahrenheit. Yeah, I don't do Celsius temperatures. I'm a stupid American. Let's see here. Jason, you are the guy who just got the execute. Have you tried stationaries, Joseph? I would think in like an Ultra Sun, for example. Joseph. If I didn't say Joseph, I do mean Joseph. I would suggest like a second go of an Ultra Beast. So, for example, I think Buzzswole, the second visit of Buzzswole, is a very easy RNG abuse, and you can use it to get a shiny. So I think that's a pretty good idea. I'm just going to reset. Honestly, I was within 2 frames of it before, so I think I'm fine, you know. I'll go a few more without calibrating, and then we'll see where I'm at. Yeah, I want to have 2 videos out next week. I don't know if it's doable. I don't know if I'm motivated enough. I don't know if I have the time. Lottie, the easiest way to explain it is, I believe 32 is freezing. Our boiling temperature is actually really weird. Our boiling temperature... Oh, I should know this. I actually don't know what the boiling temperature is. It's like 200 something, isn't it? It's like 212 or something. Oh, it is 212. I got it right. It's 212. So yeah, 32 is freezing, 212 is boiling. Well, who knows? Who knows why? You know, who knows anything, really? So yeah, like, basically, like, 90 and 100 are both very, very hot. Well, I believe the person who invented Fahrenheit is named Fahrenheit. You only have sun, so I think I'll just go for easy wild stuff. Okay, so if you only have sun, I actually don't think... Is there a stationary that you can get shiny in sun? I don't think there is, which is unfortunate. Stationary legendaries. Wow, there's none. Okay, so... That's unfortunate, to say the least. You technically could go for Type Null. Type Null is not a beginner one. I would not recommend it. Yeah, exactly. The Shining Umbreon, exactly what was on my mind. Yeah, but you can't get them shiny. So in regular sun, if you haven't tried egg RNG, if you want to take the 127 egg plunge, if you've bred eggs before, if not, you can get your egg seed in like 8 eggs, but yeah. I think it's 8, yeah, it's a lot. It's a pain. Yeah. Luckily, the tool inputs all of the amount of NPCs for you. Yeah. So I think, I mean, you could try stationary. You're not going to get shinies with the stationaries, obviously, you know. But you could use it to get like a really good Tapu Koko, like a perfect statted Pokemon. Dominic says that Fahrenheit is based on the melting point of pig's fat. If that's true, that's the most insane thing I've ever heard. I'm going to check this right now, Dominic, actually, because I think that's so insane. Listen, if you're right, you're a legend. You know what I mean? If you're right, you're a legend. Does pigs... What temperature does pig's fat melt? I'm doing the Google now. No, this is not the right answer I'm looking for. What is Fahrenheit based on? He based it off of someone else's scale. Shepard, what are you hunting? Am I playing on a... And Luis asks in Twitch chat if I'm playing on a 3DS or PC. So I'm playing on a 3DS. I just have a capture card. Yes, it was expensive. And I'm currently hunting Regirock because that's who I found in the yellow wormhole. Although I really want to find Giratina, but, you know, I'm not going to pass up the Regirock. So, let's see what I got here. 2 4-second frames, so I will aim for that. That's pretty early, 278. Here we go. 6, 2, 3, 4, 6. I think I was late. Yeah, dang it. Okay, Fahrenheit. It was based on Ol Romer. This guy is the guy who made the first speed of light. Romer's scale. No, it is not based on pig's fat. So, that is all I've concluded through this research. Nice. Still no luck with the shiny Everstone Beldum, though. Ah, that sucks, man. Because you need to complete your Pokedex. What Pokemon are you looking for, Lewis? Why don't you hunt all the yellow wormhole legends before you hunt Giratina? I mean, I'm just running... Ash, I'm just running into the yellow wormhole over and over again. Oh, God. I'm dying. That's what I'm doing. I'm hunting whatever pops up first. I just want it to be a Giratina. Yeah, I mean, the Everstone Beldum is going to be hard because you can't use your... you can't use the gender to help determine what frame you potentially hit. So, yeah, that's why it's going to be hard, basically. It sucks to say. You know, I bred gendered Pokemon probably partially for that reason, although the video is fairly old, so if I'm honest with you, I can't remember. I also know I got really lucky with getting that first try, like insanely lucky. Using a previous, I was plus 10, that's pretty late. I feel late. Yeah, we'll see. That felt really late. You spent forever trying to find Giratina, no avail. Found countless normal mons, a bunch of legend. Or giving up and settling with Heatran. Yeah, I wouldn't reset over other legendaries. They should lower slow start to 3 turns, or at least... Okay, so I think with what they should actually do with low start, is, and I don't think that's a bad idea, Peterson, is I do think they should keep slow start to, like, once you get rid of slow start, right? Once you get rid of slow start, it should be gone for the rest of the match. That's what I think. So if you can get him out there for 5 turns, he's permanently a good Pokemon. And I think that means you build a team around Regigigas, like around Pokemon who are good at slowing the opponent down, stalling the Pokemon. I mean, listen, my idea would make it very much a singles Pokemon, not a doubles Pokemon. But still, I think you'd build a team around it to paralyze, sleep, status other Pokemon, and give Regigigas, and you would, rely on doubling a lot. You would, double in Regigigas very frequently just to burn a turn real quick, and it would be an interesting strategy, because if the opponent calls out a double, then Regigigas will die because he is normal type. He is bulky, but if you're gonna end up, I don't think Regigigas would even be that powerful of an offensive Pokemon at the end of the day. His stats are insane. Maybe he would if you can remove steals and all that kind of stuff. He can probably spam return. I remember in 6th Gem, some guy got to either he got to top 5, maybe even, I don't think it was first, but he got to top 5 on the Showdown's ladder with a team based entirely around Slaking. He built like a normal spam team with Megalopony and something else. Alright. I have a pretty good window. 3, 2, 3, 4. Can you suppress slow start or remove its ability to nullify the debuff? I actually don't know. Will this link work? Here's the thread. This is the rate my team. Yeah, peaked number 3. I'm not doing any trading right now, Lewis. Sorry. Can I get any closer, I wonder? Gastro where he sees gold swap. So that's how you utilize it in doubles at the end of the day, then. I don't understand. Yeah, Regigigas is cool looking. I agree. Its ability is the worst. Pretty much. I don't understand why they... it's a harsh debuff. And they must know how... they must know. They must know how many people want it to be buffed. Who knows? I mean, who knows, right? Just because you're the creator of the game doesn't mean you know what is good or what's overpowered or what's not. Defeatus is pretty bad too. Yeah, Defeatus is definitely not as bad, but it's pretty bad. Although, I think it would be really good without... I think if you removed Defeatus from it, you'd have to... I don't even know if you'd have to give it, but I would caution... I would err on the side of giving it like a non-ability, like Insomnia, like something that's not very good. I would err on that side. I would err on the side of giving it some meh ability. Well, Regigigas is not. It's not like that. Regigigas is allowed in the battle tree because it's a legendary in the vein of Heatran or Cresselia. It's those type of legendaries. Klutz is still too bad because you can't use your item. They only, to my knowledge, Sir Mexican, they only ban box art legends. Box art legends are banned, and mythicals are banned. Those are the only legends that are banned. Because, like, Lando T is allowed in the battle tree, you know what I mean? Oh, really? That's really funny, Peterson. Yeah, what's up with that? Fion sucks. Like, free my boy Fion. Unrestricted Legends is the term? Is it the term? It's just like non-box art legendaries, I would think. Cause yeah, I just thought it was because the only distinction is box art legendaries. Wait, does Regigigas talk, or are you just talking about like his when he says his name? I don't know. I don't know how Klutz works exactly. Because I think all of the Lopunnies that are Mega are probably going to be running Limber just so they don't get T-Waved, right? Right, they get Limber? Am I crazy? Fion needs a Mega Evolution. Honestly, Fion would be okay if they just gave it, like, Tail Glow. Like, why does Manaphy get it and not Fion? It's not even Manaphy's signature move anymore. Xurkitree gets it. Dude, Kajito, man, I agree with you. I always considered Rotom a legendary. And people were like, he's not. He can breed. And I'm like, Manaphy can breed. But, nope, he is definitely not legendary. Wait, what? It would, Sir Mexican. It would mean that you. It would mean that you can switch Lopunny safely into more moves. Basically, is the reasoning. Like you can see a T-Wave coming, or you could switch it into a Nuzzle, or something like that, or maybe. Yeah. It basically just means it can be switched into more attacks. Like, right? Like, T-Wave would just not work on it. Yeah. Kind of like Dance Swampert. Pretty much exactly like Dance Swampert, yeah. Light Metal Scizor, it's the same thing. Like Scizor does light metal, so it can switch into a low kick safely, with taking way less damage because it's gonna get Technician the second it Mega Evolves. You know, so, there you go. That's how it works. You learned. Nintendo Switch and memes. Hoy, hoy, back to you. Thank you for stopping by. I wish I had a Nintendo Switch. I want one very badly, but alas, I have yet to purchase one because I don't know why. Really, I really want Mario Odyssey, and I really want a Switch that is early production enough to be hackable, but I just can't justify buying it for me right now. You know, the $300-something is something that would be nice to have. And I have too many games I have yet to play. And, You wouldn't even need that, Sir Mexican. You could do skill swap. You could just have any Pokemon that has skill swap. Skill swap a heavy metal Pokemon to it, and then skill swap the heavy metal to the other one. So it depends on how much you enjoy RNG abuse. Honestly, if you did enjoy, you know, if you really have fun with RNG abuse, if you're interested in collecting a bunch of shiny legendaries, you know what? Yeah, it's worth it. Honestly, 4130. But you know, if you're not like hardcore into it, then I don't think so. Yo, heavy metal. I'm new here. I found your channel just 3 weeks ago. Just want to say love your work. Dropping the likes for the support. Thank you so much, Marksichu. I really appreciate it, man. Not sure about now, but I love some Aggron. Aggron's really cool. Ability that works like Intimidate for special attack. I'm surprised it hasn't been implemented yet. I don't know how... It's hard to say because special attack and physical attack, I think, scale fairly differently in terms of... Just because of how the game works, it's hard to explain, basically, to me. But, yeah. Oh, I'm actually so nervous about Water Bubble getting nerfed, man. Dude, I feel like, for some reason, it was an accident, because it's not in the description. You know? I do feel like it was an accident and that they're going to nerf it. Alright, that felt good. Hold on, my idiot friend has messaged me. I hope he isn't watching my stream and heard me call him an idiot. Hello. Okay, let's see here. Yes, you could spell my name right. Thanks, sir. Do you need to know it's a game to the stream? She spell it right. I saw the instant I saw before the stream, so I'm already a sub. But yeah, you're awesome. Thank you. I do hate how physical attacks seem to get more disadvantaged with Intimidate. Water Bubble was annoying with the rain out. Yeah, dude. Araquanid was one of the hardest boss fights in a Pokemon game ever that felt like a fair challenge. Because obviously I do think Ultra Necrozma is the hardest boss fight in any Pokemon game. I do not think it is a fair challenge, just because the leap in difficulty is so astronomical. Do I play Pokemon Platinum? Yes, I love Pokemon Platinum. Oh shit, Green Darkness, you know what, a while ago, my man, you asked me, yeah, I used Toxic as well. I used Quick Claw on my on a Golbat that actually it was Quick Claw on a shiny Golbat that I just random encountered. I did not RNG abuse it. I found it in Ancient Pony Path on the way to Ultra Necrozma, and I used a Quick Claw on it and soft reset until Toxic went first. So yeah, Green Darkness asked how my Coliseum XD RNG is going. Well, let me tell you, badly, but I'm still working. I'm getting closer and closer to finding a retail setup. So hopefully, I literally can't promise a time frame, but let's just say there's a lot of just random footage of Coliseum waiting to be uploaded and narrated. 2854. Technically, I could make a video on RNG abusing your trainer ID right now if I wanted to, but there's no point until I can get a video out where I actually successfully RNG abuse a Pokemon. Can you RNG abuse for the cute charm glitch in Gen 4th games? Yes, you RNG abuse for your trainer ID, and then you could RNG abuse those Pokemon if you want. Regular poison should lower that special attack just like burn to physical attack, an ability called agitate to lower special attack, and a special attack version of King's Shield. There's another protect that lowers attack besides King Shield, isn't there? I had the exact opposite experience. I did not get a cast form. I got a Trumbeak on the Lurantis and killed it. See, I got a Trumbeak on that Lurantis and I just went into town. I just smacked him up. Oh, goddamn. Dominic, not practical on retail. If you want me to be serious, you really can't do it without hacks, basically, for Gen 6. So, yeah. $178, 13, 263. Oh, hi, Blisy. I got a freaking shiny Ho on Gold Virtual Console with hidden abilities. So I was glad for 600. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you could clone him. Desaturate that market, baby. Plus 18. Ugh, I'm so late all of a sudden. Hello, Ivan. What's going on? Thank you for sending by. What about Latios 4th Gen? What do you mean, what about them? Oh, affected by the cute charm. Yes, that's because they cannot change gender. In order to be affected by the cute charm glitch, you need to be able to change gender. So. Happy late birthday, Jake. Oh, thanks, Danny. I really appreciate it. Good to see you stopping by. Oopsie daisy. I'd rather go for this one, actually. Oh, no. My birthday was last week. Adulting got me too. Yeah, dude. Being an adult sucks. If I'm straight up, 3074. The only positives to it is the only positives to adulting is you could just you could just like not listen to anybody. You just ignore everyone. Hey, Hunswolf, what's going on? Pressure is good. Actually, I believe excuse me, Preston isn't here, but I'm going to try my best to say it correctly. Okay, hold on. Okay. Today's your birthday, 30th of June. Yo, happy birthday, Hunswolf. Everybody throw a happy birthday to Hunswolf. Sponsors in the chat, give him a Blisy cat, because cats are the best. Suicune. Okay, Suicune's preferred ability is, I think, pressure, because Suicune right now basically runs enough speed to outspeed like slow Pokemon, like stalling Pokemon, and it can outstall them with substitute and pressure and set up a bunch of calm minds and become invincible. By the way, see my Raichu deal with the glasses? Yeah, Raichu's your favorite Pokemon if that... dude, Raichu's a pretty cool Pokemon. I actually really like Raichu. You know, I don't know when this started. I don't know when my affinity for Raichu started. How is Figgy? He's doing great. I don't know where he is right now, though. Figgy? He doesn't listen to me. Figgy and me like each other. We get along. We like each other, and we like each other a lot more when Amanda is not around, because we don't have anyone else to keep us company. When Amanda is here, he's Amanda's cat, and I'm Amanda's boy. But when Figgy and me are in the apartment together, he's my boy and I'm his boy. Yeah, I don't know where he is right now. I think he's chilling in the bedroom with Stella. So, now Figgy's doing chill, though. He's at a really healthy weight. I'm so happy about this. You guys wouldn't have guessed it, but Figgy was very overweight when my girlfriend lived with her parents still, because, like, they didn't do the greatest job of keeping track of the food. So, Figgy has a lot. Plus 42, hello? That's not possible. Bromance, exactly. Exactly. Yes, I love that cat. He's a good boy. Stella is my girl, though. You guys don't see Stella ever, because Stella just... I didn't look at that. Stella just, like, sits in the bed all day, basically. But Stella's my girl. I've grown very... That cat used to hate me, and I've grown very close to her. So it is with your boyfriend's cat? No, I'm looking for just a shiny Regirock. I'm catching it to figure out its stats to see how close or far away I am from the shiny. It's fine, man. It's fine. I just love cat. Actually, my parents just caught a litter of kittens. A litter of kittens in their backyard. They got 5 kittens. Yeah, dude, I've done videos on Emerald's RNG and how to do it. Are you gonna snatch a kitten? I don't know. Okay. Keep this between you and me, guys. We're only supposed to have 2 cats in this apartment. And we're not going to get a 3rd. You taught me Emerald. 4 shiny rays. That's awesome. Great bait, mate. So we're only supposed to have 2 cats. We're not going to get a 3rd. I don't think we're going to get any of these kittens. Honestly, it's partially because Stella's looking pretty bad. I don't know how many more months we have in her. And I don't know, you know, I genuinely, I don't know how much she's got left in her. She still eats and she's still herself, which is really good. But her face is pretty bad. The tumor's really big now, and I'm worried how comfortable she's getting. Stella had a tumor on her. Stella has a tumor on her mouth, and it was inoperable, and so we've just been giving her anti-inflammatory to lower the inflammation. She not that old, but not young. She's 13 or 14, I think. She's younger than Figgy, I think. I want to say she's younger than Figgy, because Figgy's 14. I think Stella's 13. Maybe Figgy's 15. There's no. Are you that old, Figgy? Wherever you are. When did this happen? It started maybe in like January. And it's been very slow, but like the anti-inflammatory isn't doing very much anymore, and it's spread from one side to both sides of her face now, and that sucks. And you know, again, the thing that sucks the most is my cat Luther. God bless his heart. He's dead. He's been dead for a while, 2 years now. I love that cat to death. That is my best cat. My girlfriend got me this picture of him, this Pokemon card of him. He's the homie. Luther had kidney failure, right? Actually, I could even show you this picture. Oh, hold on. I have to get rid of my notifications. Luther had, like, kidney failure, and, I mean, Figgy's doing fine. You see this picture of Luther? It's better. He's got the aviators. So, he, the best way to explain it is Luther had, like, kidney failure, and, you know, he was sick for a long time. Long time. He was sick for almost 2 years. And, you know, at the end, Luther just wasn't eating, and he needed a lot of medicine, and he wasn't himself. There were days where he was good, you know, where he was himself, and he was a healthy boy, and he ran around, and he had a good time. But then there were just too many days where Luther was just, all he could do is lay around and not eat, and, you know, he wasn't himself, and we had to put him down, and that's what sucked. That's what sucked a lot. What sucks even more about Stella is herself, right? Stella still eats. She can still eat somehow, despite all of the... It's getting very big. It definitely itches. It definitely, you know, she's definitely itchy there. I mean, Adamant Request is not the worst. I wouldn't say Adamant Ray is good, but so Stella's still herself. She acts like herself. She's still a goofball. She still eats. You know, she's still herself. But the tumor's so big, it's causing her to bleed a lot. She's drooling a lot just because she can't keep her mouth closed anymore. And so I'm concerned as to... I'm like having a hard time, you know, me and my girlfriend are having a hard time talking about it because this is very much her cat. You know, I've only known this cat for 2.5 years, and I've only lived with this cat for 5 months. I love her to death, do not get me wrong. But yeah, this is just on her face, Danny. And so this is definitely first and foremost Amanda's decision on when she thinks it's right for Stella. But my worry is that it's hard to tell when Stella is uncomfortable. How uncomfortable is she? She doesn't seem to be showing hides of pain. All the other cats I've had, when they were sick and in pain, they would hide. Do you know what I mean? I think, you know, it's like a common conception that cats want to run away when they're sick, or they want to hide behind stuff and not be seen because they want to die alone. she's not doing that. So how uncomfortable could she be? I don't know, but it looks bad. And so it's ultimately up to Amanda when she's, you know, she grew up with this cat. This is her baby. This is her version of Luther. So, who was my cat? I got Luther when I was a kid, you know, 4th or 5th grade. I got Luther when I was a little kid. Had him up till the day I died. So she's had Stella for a long time, and it's hard to know. You know, it's going to be her decision when we want to talk about Stella, and I don't look forward to it, but I love her to death. Ducklet Girl raid. Oh, welcome, Ducklet Girl. Thank you. I appreciate it. Came in depressing story. I'll switch topics. So my point about Stella is sucks to talk about. If my parents do foster the kittens for several months, there's a chance we scoop one of them kittens up after Stella passes, but it's a little sad if no one else comes. I hope someone else comes. I appreciate you coming, Ducklet Girl. But I don't think we'll get one because of Stella's situation. And even if we do put Stella down, you know, even in a month's time, you know, who's to say we'll be ready to get a new kitten within 2 or 3 months of her being put down? You know what I mean? When you put a cat down, to me, when you put a cat down, it takes a long, or any pet down, it takes a long time to come to grips with the fact that you want another one. Because you usually will want another animal, but, you know, you don't want to put an animal down and then get a new one 2 weeks later. Do you know what I mean? Like, very rarely does that happen. That did happen with Luther, but it wasn't me. Mudkip, you were here earlier. It's Reggie Rock. But the best thing, Aerostorming, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. But the best thing I can say is, I agree. Welcome, Raiders. The best thing I can say is, yeah. So Luther passed away, and like 2 weeks later, my mom got a dog named Nikki. And so the thing is, Luther. So this is actually really funny. I have such a hard time. It really, yeah. Shining Umbreon, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. So, the funniest thing about Luther is, I don't know if I can pull this picture up. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know how fast it'll be to find it. But I'm going to see. Luther was the most social cat I've ever had. This might have been December 2015 or 2014. Yeah, so Luther was like the most social animal I've ever had. He was just super friendly. He loved to see and talk to all my... I guess it was 2015, huh? He didn't die 2015, did he? I think we put... Oh, thank you for the follow, Commander Root. I appreciate it. Let me see. Oh, no. We don't want 2016. We want 2015. Is this picture in 2016? There's no way. We put Luther down in 2016, I think. I don't know if I can find this picture. Was he alive for Christmas 2016? There's no way. No, because we got this idiot dog here. Okay, I can't find the picture, but basically... Sorry, it took so long, but basically, there's like this picture of him sitting on like a bunch of chairs in my Christmas party, and he got one of the chairs to himself, and there's the chair where my grandpa was like putting his scotch, and so it just like looks like this cool black suit suave cat. First of all, my idiot dog is absolutely affectionate. I love Nicky to death. He's a great dog. Good boy, good dog. 1600. So so he was super duper oh, Mudkip. Have you played Pokemon Quest? Not yet. I did plan to download it, although I heard it was awful from the guy who made Cerebi, but we'll see. Oh, hey, Shivy. Oh, gosh. You got the Shiny Beldum. That's awesome. Dang it. Guys, I'm sorry, Twitch chat. I didn't see the chat. For some reason, it was extended too far. Ah, dang it. I'm so bad. 6. Gen 4 harder than Gen 7? No. Gen 4 is definitely easier than Gen 7 RNG. Great bait, mate. Okay, so I heard it gets very paywall-y is my only thing about it, basically. That's what the guy from Cerebi said. Okay, so, yeah, Luther was, like, the most friendly, sociable animal, like, of all time. And my mom got him when I was in elementary school. I want to say I was in 4th grade. So that would have been, like, what, 2000 or 2001, maybe? So my mom got him when we were in 4th grade, right? And, she saw my cousin lives maybe 15 minutes away from my house at the time. And it was my mother's sister. And so they caught and trapped a kitten, which became Luther, a tuxedo-styled cat, sick as hell. And so she caught him, and he was just super friendly, super social, and he grew up to just, like, really not like my mom for some reason. Like, my mom would pick him up to, like, hug him and stuff, and he would and kiss him, and he would put his paw, like, on her lips and be like, no, I don't want to kiss. I don't like you. And he didn't like her. He liked everyone on planet Earth. He loved everyone. If I ever streamed with a friend, they could tell you about how friendly Luther was. Luther would love everyone. Eventually, my other cat, Luther's friend, also became super friendly, but only after Luther got sick. It's hard to explain very well, but Luther is super friendly, and he just, like, hated my mom, and my mom's the one who found him, so it's just really funny. He eventually, when he got really sick, he grew to like my mom, but that's just because my mom would, my parents owned, for context, my parents own 2 houses. One is a beach house. They would take Luther down to the beach house a lot because he really liked it there when he was sick, and it just seemed to, like, invigorate him. And so he eventually grew to have to like my mom because she would be down there for weeks at a time, and he'd be the only person he could see, and he had to learn to like her. But yeah, he was a really friendly cat otherwise. Calculate. 2600. Wow, really, again? So the story with this other cat is, so we have this other cat named Oliver. I don't know if I have any pictures of him on me right now. So the story with Oliver is, we got Luther, and then a year later we got Oliver, and Oliver is 1 year younger than Luther. Now, Oliver is a big gray tabby. He's a big boy. He's like 15 or 16 pounds. He's just like a strong... He was an indoor-outdoor for his whole life until last year. My parents decided to keep him indoors permanently. He, like, murdered all the rodents in the area. Crazy cat. So him and Luther were like... I don't know if it would be gay, but, like, they were gay. Like, they would hump each other. Like... they were gay cats. So... when Luther got sick, Oliver stopped paying attention to him because I guess that's just how cats are, right? And Oliver was always very friendly to us, the family, me, my brother, my mom, my dad, but he was always really shy around guests. And when Luther got sick, and Luther and Oliver didn't hang out as much because Luther was sick, I have not the Phantom Miracle, and I probably never will. Exactly, gay. Yeah, they're gay boys. And so, I don't know when this started happening, or why this started happening, but Oliver, because he wasn't getting enough attention... Now, let me explain this to you. It is possible on retail, it's just a pain in the ass. So, I don't know how good of a job I can do explaining this, but... Oliver is an attention whore. This is not meant to be negative. This is not meant to be, The thing is, Shining Umbreon, it's hard to apply human sexual preferences to animals. Luther and Oliver definitely humped each other and definitely acted sexual towards each other. Like, but like the thing is, there was only 2 male cat. Like, I think they were probably like that partially on the grounds that in animals, I think that happens just because if there's no like females around, or if there's no opposite gender around, that just tends to be the natural thing that happens outside, right? Like, am I not wrong? There was a female cat in our house, but they all hated each other, so I don't know what that was about. But yeah, they're like, to us humans, they definitely were gay. That's all I want to say about that. So, like, they would just start humping each other. It's very funny. No. I'm just trying to explain it best. Yeah. Because I don't want some people to. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So Oliver was always very friendly with the family. He always really liked all 4 of us. Me, my mom, my dad, my brother. But he was always very, like, guests would come in, and he would just, like, run away. He would just hide from the guests. And so what I was saying was Oliver was a attention whore. I can't do this justice. Ooh, I have a 3-frame window, guys. Big times. I can't do this justice to you, but frequently my parents would go to that beach house that they owned. They'd go to that beach house that they owned, right? And they would take the dog. They would take they would take Tilly, who was a dog. She was a Pekingese, really tiny, very cute. Like, so ugly it's cute kind of thing, you know what I mean? Pekingese, take her, and she'd take Luther. So Oliver would be alone in the house with me. My brother would often go to the beach house. I did not go to the beach house because I was working in food at the time, and I could not go down to the beach. And also, I did not get along great with my parents when we lived together. So the vacation for me was not being around them. So I would be in the house with Oliver and Maisie, and I'd be by myself. Oliver needs attention, a lot of attention, apparently, right? And so at night, I would be sleeping in my bedroom, obviously, and he would just go like he would cry. He would just like do this horrible, horrible cry. It would be like, the whole night. And he wouldn't stop unless I picked him up and brought him into my bed to snuggle with me. And he wouldn't stop. And he would do it the whole weekend. And when my family came home, he would stop because enough people were petting him. He needs like at least 3 people to pet him at once. And the other cat, Maisie, long story with that cat. Basically just like a feral cat that lives in my mom's bedroom. Like, I can't, it's too much to explain during the middle of this. I could tell it after the Oliver story, but I cannot do an interjection story. Yeah, basically a feral cat that lives in my mom's bedroom. So she was not giving Oliver any attention. And so I would have friends over a lot on the weekends when my parents weren't home because my dad hates having people over. And it's not like parties. I don't have parties. I'm a nerd. I'm a loser. I don't have parties. I just would have, like, 6 people over to play Smash Bros. And Mario Party and stuff, right? So and Dungeons and Dragons. And so I guess during that time, Oliver got used to my friends. And so all my friends love Oliver to death. They all come, because this cat, he's like a mush. Like, he just wants the attention, so you could do whatever to him. So, like, you could just, like, grab him and, like, just, like, push him around the floor. Like, he's just a goo. And so, like, he would come around and he would just, like, chill with all our friends in the basement. So everyone also knows Oliver as a super social, friendly, cool as hell cat. I'll get a picture for you guys of him. That is correct. I already have a Mewtwo, and its name is Mentos. Yeah, so those are my cats, and stories about my cats, Luther and Oliver. Well, they're no longer my cats, because one, Luther's passed away. Well, Luther will always be my cat. He's dead, so he's always going to be my cat forever. But Oliver is no longer my cat. He lives with my parents, because I do not live with my parents. I have an apartment like a big boy. And I like it here. Oh gosh, I was so close to getting the frame, guys. Certified big boy. Hell yeah, dude. Honestly, I wish I had moved out earlier from my parents. I did not realize how horrible living with... Like, it was not worth it to live there. They are, yeah. It's hard to explain if you don't know the type of parents, but they are the, you know, financially supportive, and like they're basically supportive in every way except how they act. Like, you'll tell them what you like want to do with your life, and like they'll say like, yes, I support you, but in reality they don't. Like, they talk in a tone and like, that's exactly what your parents are. Yeah, it's hard to explain, you know. And my dad is very controlling, I guess, is the best way to put it. It was very much like, it's his house, he wants it how he wants it, but like to a level where it's impossible to live. Yeah, that's why my brother dipped too. Me and my brother both moved out in like the same month. We were both, like, both of us snapped at the same point. We were like, we're done. He had enough money to buy a fucking house with his girlfriend, and I had enough money to get an apartment with my girlfriend, so we fucking dipped. Yeah, Scott's on that fucking grind. Oops. I'm making the big bucks. I'm glad I got this dog walking thing going, though, honestly. I'm making more money and doing less mentally destructive work than when I was a baker. Like, when I was a baker, it was just, like, mentally, it just, like, destroyed me. Same with when I was in the... Man, being a janitor, guys, I tell you what, don't ever be a janitor unless it's, like, you know someone there, and they tell you, yes, everyone is nice to you, or it's your, like you can't do anything, like, you have to become the janitor for some reason, you know what I mean? Like, it's your only financial option to get a job or something. Because that was my case. That was my only option to get a job. It was horrible, dude. They treated me like complete shit. The lady called the police on me, actually. When I had left, she told me she had thought she thought I had she like accused me of stealing, basically, when I quit, because I quit on the spot because she was so horrible. Then my boss, I've only I've only quit on the spot twice, but it was my last 2 jobs, so I guess that doesn't bode well for me. But this new job's going very well, and I love it, and everyone's nice to me. Yeah, ready to go on the spot yet? Genetech and they treat us like literal trash. Okay. I'm gonna try and be as non-telling to where this place was, but basically what happened with you know, work just pushes you, man. Work just pushes you to like they just expect you to do things that you're like not getting paid to. Have I watched Devilman Crybaby? I have not. What is that? Hold on, I'm going to tell the story in a second, but I'm just talking to somebody. Sorry, guys. Okay. Nearly 3 weeks ago and you're still mad about it? Dude, Genetech. And dude, at Genetech I won an Xbox One at a Christmas party and they raffled it off to someone because I missed one day of work because my grandma died. You quit the next day. Jesus Christ, what? Jesus Christ, that is the worst thing I've ever heard. Umbreon. Holy moly, man. 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Wait, what? Oh my god, I didn't change my Eon Timer. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I definitely... Oh, I typed in the frame hitbox. Damn it. Damn it, I'm stupid. Okay, so the best thing I can explain is... Okay, so when I was a janitor, I worked for a... it was a religious organization. I won't even say that. Actually, no, I have to from some of the stories. But so I worked at a church that was also a Catholic school. Jesus, I was ambivalent towards religion before that. Like, I just didn't care about it. I was not an atheist. I do believe that there maybe is a God, you know, but I don't practice or believe in any active religion or anything like that. but 2442. So now, oh, god damn it, I didn't hit the start button. Ugh. So now I'm actually like, wait, hold on. Can I do it with this? I can. So I'm gonna do it with that from now on. So, the woman who basically was our the woman who was basically our boss, because a really good friend of mine worked with me, was just the meanest, most condescending woman I've ever met. I mean, and the teachers were all very mean and very ungrateful. Like, there's this one teacher who was like, you know, you'd sweep her room really good, you'd do everything, you'd work, and then she'd be like, the next morning she'd be like, did you even sweep my room? And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, and, you know, you would always be told to do, so the school, I work 90% of the time in the school. Oh, thank you, Arrowstormy. And I just didn't look at this. So, but you'd always get called over to do other stuff for the rectory or for the church, and so you'd be getting called, and there's only one of you. There's only literally one of me during the day. That's it. I was the only person there, and they would call me to do 6 different things at once, and I would always get yelled at by different people to do things or stuff like that. And so I'll never forget this. So I have a billion different stories about this place, but the long story short is, one day she was like, Jake, the cafeteria, I need you to clean it. Or not the cafeteria, excuse me, the kitchen. I need you to clean the kitchen in the morning. And I said, okay. And so I scrubbed the kitchen down, I mopped the kitchen down, I do all this work on the kitchen. Right? And I do all this work on the kitchen. And then lunch comes around, and so the lunch people were not employees. 3046. They were volunteer parents who would come in, use the kitchen to cook the lunches, and then leave. Right? So they would just go in, make a mess, and leave. And so my logic was, so these people came in, they made a mess, and they left. And I basically left every day after lunch right away, pretty much. Oh, I'm an idiot, guys. And so, because lunch would last until about 2-ish, and then school would end. Because, you know, there's multiple classes taking lunch. So I would leave after that. And so I did not clean the cafeteria after lunch, because A, there was the second janitor. I thought maybe he could sweep and mop it up. And B, I had just spick and span cleaned it, you know, in the morning, so I was like, well, there's no reason to just clean it twice in a day. And now when I say I didn't clean it, that doesn't mean I did nothing, right? I took out the garbages, obviously, and I swept it, obviously. What I did not do was mop, and I did not wipe down wipe down spotless all the tables. And so, on my way home from work, okay? On my way home from work, this is awful. I get a phone call from my boss, and I just was like, I was driving, so I did not pick up, because I am a responsible driver. And so I get to my girlfriend's house because I was going to her house after work. And I pick up the phone and I listen to the message. And the message is literally maybe a 30-40 second message of her screaming at me, like cursing me out for not cleaning the kitchen. I was very angry, to say the least. Now, also, keep in mind, my anxiety is very tied to yelling. I'm literally getting like a lump in my throat talking about this because of how much I hate being yelled at. Like, there's a period in school where, like, I would miss a class or skip a class in college because of something or other, and I would be afraid to go to my next class because I was so anxious that I was like the teacher, even though it was a college professor. This is logically, it makes no sense. I was basically afraid of being yelled at. Like, I hate, like, well, one of the things, to put it mildly, one of the things I was diagnosed with from the, when I went to, like, all my mental health stuff, was, like, PTSD from like, yelling. Like, I would wake up, like, in a cold sweat. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but, like, no, joking around yelling is fine. It's anger yelling, Danny. It's because of, I'm not trying to throw my dad, under the bus or anything, but when I was a kid, my dad is not great when I was a little kid. He's much better now. He's a good dad. Not trying to, but, like, he had problems when I was younger. So he was, like, screaming, like, so I hate getting yelled at. And so this woman who gets who calls me on the phone and starts, like, she was screaming at me over the phone. It was just a voicemail too, and I was super angry because I did literally exactly what she asked. I did exactly what she asked, and so I was, like, very anxious. I was very frustrated, and I thought it was ridiculous, insane that this person calls me and yells at me off the clock. You cannot do that. I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot call your employee off the clock and yell at them. To me, that's just not right. Like, I didn't do something that, like, I did not do, my mistake was not burning down the building, endangering a child. It was I didn't mop the floor of a kitchen that I had mopped 6 hours earlier. Do you know what I mean? So I was very angry with her. And so the next day, I'll never forget this. The next day, you know, she would always text me to get stuff done, and I would usually, like, you know, text back, like, you got it, boss, like, I'll do it, I'm on it. So she texted me back that whole day, and all of my responses were just like, okay, and I did everything she asked. I did not do my work. I wasn't petty about it, but I was fuming angry. And so she calls, and so she sees me in the park. I was avoiding her in person, though. I didn't want to see her. And so in person, my boss, I see my boss, and she starts talking to me. And she accuses me again. She's like, why didn't you do what I asked you to do? And I said, I did. And she again says, I didn't. And I snapped. I broke, and I start screaming at her at the top of my lungs in the middle of the parking lot. I've never gotten like this before, okay? I started screaming at her at the top of my lungs in the parking lot. And there were nuns around, right? And she was, like, yelling at me. She was like, shh, shh, shh. You can't, like, curse and yell. Because I was cursing at my boss. I was cursing at her. I was saying very mean things, yelling and cursing at her. And I did not get fired. She did not fire me. And so I was, like, cursing at her in the parking lot. I was so angry. Because I could not believe it. I could not believe it. What she had did to me. What she had done to me. And she was like, stop, there's nuns. You can't yell in front of the nuns. And I was like, I don't give a shit. You don't treat me like that. Like, you don't get to treat me like that and act like that to me and then think that I'm going to care about what you're saying to me right now. Like, you can't do that. And so I yelled at her, and eventually she was like, okay. Like, I see. And she apologized to me, and things were not fine, but I was okay. I felt better, and I felt vindicated that she apologized to me and understood what I said. I know I'm not coming off looking like a great guy in the story, but still. Because, you know, I yelled at a person, and I don't like being yelled at. Why should You know, why should I be able to yell at someone when I don't like being yelled at so bad? But like I said, I snapped after I was working very hard for this woman, mind you, and the whole school and church. So I'll never. I can't remember this exactly what happened next, but so the next few weeks are fine. And she's still mean and not great. And someone I'm friends with. Actually, I wasn't even friends with him in Facebook. He was just in the local Rockland. Oops. No. Hold on a second. My girlfriend texted me, and I'm notoriously bad at answering her sometimes. Sounds awesome, babe. Okay, there we go. I did it, guys. I texted her back while I was streaming. I'm a good boyfriend. Okay. So, did I redo this? Oh, no, I was looking for the stats or whatever. So, plus 40, but it was a random frame. So I think I got a fidget. That makes no sense. I got a fidget. I must have gotten a fidget. We'll check again. So anyway, back to the story. So, the, I'm trying to remember what exactly. So this guy posted in Facebook. He was in the Rockland County Melee Facebook group. I'm localizing it more and more, but he just, and I knew him. I knew who he was. And so he posts in the group like, hey, I'm looking for dog walkers here. And I had been like tooling with the idea of getting a new job. I had been like slightly browsing for some new baking jobs because I was so miserable at this place. And so yeah, so I was doing that, and so he posted it, and I was like, oh, you know, what are the, I just posted like, oh, what are the hours like or something, and he was like, oh, I don't work that many hours, and I was like, it's not for me, I'm not going to apply, whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to apply, whatever. I was making good money as the janitor. I was making, not good, I was making, you know, $13 an hour at this point there. So it was like, it was the most money I had ever made. That was the most hourly pay I'd ever gotten, was for working at this janitor. And so I was hesitant to find a job that would pay me less, but I was miserable. And so nothing, I passed it by. I just asked like basic inquiry about it, and I passed it by. So then, 3 days later, not even a week, no, more than a week later, she, my boss starts screaming at me again, calls both of us idiots. Like me and the other guy. Now the other guy was Steve, really funny guy. He had the perfect attitude in that he does not let her yelling affect him at all, and he would not get angry, so he did not care. I could not deal with the yelling, and I could not mentally handle it. It was like really, like, because I really work hard when I work. I really want to, like, I'm the kind of person who, like, when my boss tells me I do a good job, it really makes it. It genuinely makes me feel good about myself. Like, honestly, like, I'm stocking shelves or whatever, and my boss is like, you did a good job today, Jake. Like, I really feel good. Like, it makes me feel good, and I go home. Okay, and every day I was just being told and yelled at for a different reason. Both of us were. Both of I worked there with my good friend and then two other older guys who were both in, like, their 50s. At various points. And no matter who it was none of it. Like, no matter who it was, she told us we were idiots and doing a bad job, So she, I kicked my ass one day, like, going around. She made a list of all of the problems that she had with the church, and I literally fixed all of them. Like, I hammered in, like, a cross on a thing. I, like, did all this stuff. And then, like, some teacher complained that the room wasn't clean enough again, and, like, I don't even do the night shifts of the rooms. I did not clean the rooms at night. I would help the guys empty the garbage, and then I would leave. Like, as the students were leaving, basically, you know? And so I start getting yelled at so I start getting yelled at for something that was not my fault after I had done like, I had killed myself that day. Killed myself, dude. Killed myself the day before. And I start getting yelled at because some teachers aren't happy. The evening guy was not doing a good enough job. Okay? So, she starts yelling at me for it. And I just take it. I'm just like, okay. After she yells at me, right? So, literally 2 seconds after we're done, 2 seconds after we're done with the conversation, after she's done screaming at me, she tells me what I need to do. I walk out, I message the guy on Facebook, yo, is that dog walking place looking for a job? Like, still, like, any chance you guys are still looking for an employee? And he's like, yes, we are. And I'm like, sick. Hit me up with your boss's info. I got an interview with the woman 2 days later. Who runs the dog walking company. She loved me. She told me, she was like, I want you to go on a test walk with one of our employees. She goes, honestly, as long as this goes well, you're already hired. I was like, sounds great. I do the dog walk trial with the girl. After the walk ends, I get a call from the boss. So this is 2 days after the interview. I get a call from the boss. She goes, hey, you're hired. When can you start? And I'm like, let me put in my 2 weeks notice with my previous employer. Now, let's rewind a bit. So the day I had the dog walking test walk, it was a pet sitting test. So it's basically I go with an employee, the employee explains how everything goes, and then the employee tells the boss what they thought of me. I left my keys in the school as I left. I left all the keys that I had in the school because I knew I was going to get hired. Okay? Left my keys in the school. I do the dog walking interview. So I left my keys in the school as I left. I left my job at like 2:30, and then I had my interview at like 4 o'clock. And so I did the dog walking interview. The boss calls me, tells me everything's great, and I had left my keys in the school, mind you. Okay, remember this. I left my keys in the school. On the main desk in the boiler room, there's one big desk in the boiler room, and I left my keys directly in the center of it. And I had no way to get back into school at this point. I would have had to buzz in the morning if the interview didn't go well for whatever reason, right? So the boss tells me I'm hired. I immediately take my phone out. I send a text to my boss. Actually, I did not. So another brief tangent. I know the story's getting long, but a brief tangent. The way I got this job was my friend, his mom is a teacher at the school, and my friend had worked there doing the job I did before and had warned me how shitty it was, but said if I had no other option, it was worth it because the summer portion of the job is very easy. When you work there and clean the classrooms in the summer, it's very, very easy. And so I text him, and I keep him up to date on all. I had kept him up to date on all the drama. And so I text him, and I'm like, "Hey, I just got hired for a new job. I'm going to put in my 2 weeks at the school." And he says, "Why don't you just quit on the spot?" And I was like, "Should I?" And he goes, "Yeah, do it." And so I text my boss. I say, I am not coming in tomorrow. I quit. I left my keys on the desk. I will never see you again. Goodbye. And I blocked her number immediately after sending the text. And so I blocked her number immediately after sending the text. So, and it's a bit scummy. I had told the dog walking company that that I had given my 2 weeks in because I wanted a nice 2-week vacation. So I did. I had a nice 2-week vacation. Now, a month into, maybe more than a month into working at this dog walking company. I'd been working at the dog walking company after my little 2-week vacation. I'd been walking dogs for about 2-3 weeks now. I am going to the diner with my girlfriend. We're sitting at the diner. I get a call on my phone. I'm like, who is this? So I get a call. I pick it up. They're like, hello. So another preface, this school I worked at and church I worked at was directly across the street from a police station. So I get a call from that police station. They're like, hello, this is blah, blah, blah of this police station. Is Jake there? And I'm like, hello? What did I do? And they're like, this story actually gets completely insane. So they're like, the lady informs us that you have the keys and potentially have stolen stuff from the school. And you understand how it's a security hazard to have the keys from the school. And I was like, okay. So, I could tell you exactly where I left the keys. This is true. This is all true. This is all 100% true. My girlfriend was with me during the call. And so they're like, oh, and so they're like, and that you have the keys. Now we understand that the security, now we understand that you understand how that could be a security hazard to have those keys. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, now, if you could come and drop them off at the school and give them and they'll give you your last check and you could have the keys. And I was like, okay, first of all, I do not have the keys anymore. I left them on my last day on the desk. I told her that. Officer, I told her that. Second of all, I will not be coming to retrieve my check. They can mail it to me. I gave them my address in my goodbye text. Yeah, so the funny part is so first of all, I will say, one, I did not ever steal anything from that school. Nothing. The old janitor did take things from that school. I did not ever take anything from that school. Two, I did leave the keys on the desk. Three, that police station just so happened to be the police station my girlfriend's dad worked at for a very, very long time. So while this was happening, my girlfriend calls her papa and is like, hey, this is happening with the police station. Can you talk to them? So he calls the police station and talks to the officer, who he happened to know, I think, and was like, this is what's happening. This is the boss. She was awful to him. You know, when he put in his 2 weeks, she's angry at him for putting in time and all that kind of stuff. Like, she was angry at him for, you know, putting in his 2 weeks, being nice. Someone... like, all this kind of stuff. Oops. Oh yeah, because I neglected this part of the story. Because I had told her that I was looking for a new job, and that I had like a potential like interview thing, and she was like super angry at me for telling her like I'm looking for a new job, I'm trying to leave, like I have this thing, it's probably going to happen. I completely left this part out. My bad. Completely left this part out. But basically, I had been like, oh yeah, I had like, I basically told her I was probably going to leave, but there's a chance I was going to stay, and she was very angry about that. And so that was part of the reason. Like, I was not about to be dealt with by being yelled at. So, anyway. So. Yeah, so, anyway. So that was part of the reason it was determined that I was quitting right on the spot. So, so thankfully, my girlfriend's dad calls the police station and was like, first of all, this is where Jake, she had me reiterate to her father where I left the keys, okay? And the officer found them on the desk. They just, for 2.5 to 3 weeks, they just did not look on the frickin' desk. I can't explain this to you better than I currently am, but it was the main and only desk, okay? It was the only desk that I left those keys on. Like, there was nowhere, like, she just didn't go into the main, like, insane to me that they were not found, because they were not hidden. So whatever. And then, you know, there was no way they were going to, like he, you know, the thing is, it was just my word versus hers that I did not ever steal anything, which, again, I cannot express to you how much I did not steal anything from that school, because there was nothing, there was just, like, what was I going to steal? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to take. And the other guy, the old guy who had used to work there, did have a habit of it, so I think she was just trying to accuse me like she accused him, but whatever. And so, you know, he, being so closely related to a police officer who had worked there for a very long time, really did help my case. So, 1394, and I think 394. So, that really did help my case, because otherwise, oh, and him talking to the, yes, he's very good to people who are basically family to him. Really nice guy. And he also, you know, told them, like, they have to mail the check to me, and so they did. So they didn't even have to. The priest the priest was like, oh, well, if he's mad about something, I don't want him coming back, like, angry. Like, we'll mail the check to him. Like, they have to legally mail the check to me anyway. Like, why? So like you can't hold the employee. You cannot force the employee to come to you to get the check. You know what I mean? You can't do that. That's not legal in New York. So that is the story of my quitting of my church job. Put in my 2 weeks, get yelled at for putting my 2 weeks in, quit on the spot. That is the summation. My other job that I quit on the spot was the job before it. It was the bakery job. There isn't much to say about that place. I have ridiculous stories about it, but the bakery I worked at, the boss was very condescending to me. She would always assume I was the one who did things wrong. And so this is where my girlfriend and I met. Yeah, she always assumed I was the one who did things wrong. And, you know, it's partially I was the newer baker. I had not even graduated from the program yet while I had been working there. And she was a graduate of a very good, like a very, very, very prestigious school, right? And, like, the examples would be, like, there was messed up icing on something. And she walks into the back of the bakery, my boss, and was just like, Jake, what's up with this icing? Like, what's wrong with it? And I'm like, what? And my girlfriend would look at me, look at the boss, and this is before we were even dating. My girlfriend would look at her and go, no, I did the icing. Like, it was me. I didn't even know the stuff was iced. And so, she was also so the boss was like a compulsive liar. The best story I have for you is, they do 11-inch sandwiches, subs, big 11-inch Meatball Hero thick dick subs. Give me a Blissy thick in the chat if you're there, any of my sponsors. And we, at our side, would bake the bread. Now, I never did any of the bread baking, really. I was a pastry person. And so, the funniest part is, I had heard multiple complaints from customers that and all of the sub store had been asked multiple times, can you sell half subs to us, please? Because 11-inch, like an 11-inch Meatball Hero is like a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot, right? And so they were like, oh, can I get an 11-inch Meatball Hero? Like, can I get a 6-inch Meatball Hero instead? And they were like, no, we do not sell half sandwiches. And so the boss would come in with the like measuring tape and measure all of the baguettes we'd make. and like they're supposed to be 22 inches exactly, so we could have 11-inch sandwiches. They cut it in half, have an 11-inch sandwich. And so she comes in and she sees like there's a 21-inch baguette or a 20-inch baguette, and she'd be like, "We're getting complaints that the sandwiches are too small from customers." And I'm like, "Whoa. We have a 21-inch baguette. You're telling me the customer notices that their sandwiches is 0.5 of an inch shorter." Like, in my head, that just sounded fishy. I was like, that's a weird complaint, right? You know? Okay, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Our boss was very passive-aggressive, so and a liar. So she'd say to us, like, people are complaining about their sandwiches are too short. And I'm like, well, that sounds weird, right? Doesn't that sound weird? You think they're noticing it's a 10.5-inch sandwich instead of an 11-inch sandwich? You're telling me they noticed that. 0.5 and half an inch. That's like this much, right? So, naturally, I go over to the guy who is the main sandwich worker guy, and I'm like, I'm good friends with him. I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm just curious. You know, Jen said a lot of the customers have been complaining." Ooh, I said my boss's name. I should not have said it. Don't look into that. My boss said, I might have to delete the VOD. Yeah, no. So my boss says, so I'm like, our boss says, you know, the sub is too. Customers are complaining that the subs are too short. What do you do if sandwich bread is too short, John? Oh God, I said his name too. Giving away people's names. I gotta re-clear this. Those are placeholder names. Those are placeholder names. Not real boss, not real guy. So I'm like, okay, so these people are. I'm like, so hey man, what do you do if the baguette is too short to make 2 sandwiches out of? He says to me, well, Jake, what we do is we make it so we can make 1 full sub, and then we have to throw away the rest of the bread. It sucks, but that's what has to happen. And I say, wow, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. I literally didn't even think of that. And he says, yes, that's a weird thing that our boss said that, because I have heard no complaints from customers that they're too short, and all I hear is people wanting half sandwich subs. So my boss obviously lied to us when instead of, she could have just said, hey guys, I don't like that these breads are getting 20 and 21 inches. Can we really work to make them 22 inches? She pays us. She could just say nicely to us, hey, work harder at this, please. I'm not happy with this product. That's all you got to say to us. But she lies because she does not want to seem like the bad guy. And so this happened hundreds of times over the course of us working there. Right? Hundreds of times. So one day, towards the very end, when tensions were really, really high, really getting to everyone there. Me and my girlfriend both didn't like working there. Our other employee friend, who we're still friends with, who we just hung out with the other day, you know, really didn't, and she still works there, by the way, really was like really frustrated with it there. The boss says to us, says to me, Jake, you're a liar. Now, damn. This woman, I like Ultra Sun is better, I think. Ultra Sun is the better Pokemon, like Heatran. So, my boss says to me, Jake, you're a liar. And I say, wow. This woman who has sat here and lied to me so she took me aside, and she was actually trying to this is how the full conversation went. She was like, Jake, we can't keep you as a baker. You can do a dishwasher, which is her way of like demoting me, basically. Because she thought I wasn't doing a good job, or something. She thought I was too disorganized, was the argument here. And I said, Jen, my boss, I think you are too hard on me. I think you unfairly judge me above other employees. You are harder on me. I don't know why. You have this very negative perception of me. I don't think it's fair. And we had a little bit of an argument. It was not, no one was mean. I was just trying to stand up for myself. I said, I'm not that disorganized. I'm on par with everyone else. You know, you don't give shit to other people for this kind of stuff. I don't think it's fair. And she says, you know what? If you don't think it's fair, prove it to me. You get a second chance. Just don't be a liar anymore. I'm sick of the lie. And she said that. I'm sick of your lying. And I'm like, she calls me a liar. And I'm like, okay, this woman who has stood here for a year, the better part of a year and a half, and just lied to me because they don't want to seem like the bad guy. And I didn't see this coming. I was very calm. The argument, you know, my boss wasn't yelling at me. She wasn't being rude to me. I didn't see this coming. I snapped. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You're the biggest liar I've ever goddamn met. I fucking quit. And I threw my hands up in the air like, I'm done with this fucking place. And I quit on the spot without having anything prepared for the future. And I walked right out. I couldn't believe... I was very angry at her for insinuating that I was a liar, and after having been lied to a bajillion times. And, you know, it was regrettable, but, you know, the thing is, I look back on it positively. But, you know, it sucks because I did burn a bridge. I burned my only baking bridge. I can put that down on the resume, but I always put down, hey, don't contact this person, please. They will not say nice things about me. But those are the only two jobs I've ever walked out on. It was back to back. And the other job was the only job I've never, you know, I didn't have a plan walking out of and doing. But at the same time, at the end of the day, the job did give me a lot of good experience for baking, and I did tell her to fuck off because she lied to me a trillion times, and it was very frustrating. And that's it. That's the whole story about that one. That's the whole, you know, whole caboodle there. I walked out. My girl, I was, you know, thank God it did not cost my girlfriend her job. I was worried about that, but they let her keep her job, and she stayed there until she left very formally. Yeah, it's weird to me that they didn't see the demand for it. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, listen, the business is still open. They're probably... I can't imagine they've been open for as long as they have been without making a profit. So, they're obviously doing well. I'm just saying... And there was many other examples of things that she had lied about. So, I'm not going to... That was not the only instance. Do not... think for a second that was the only time they lied. I'm telling you, they were a lot. Like, it was hard to eat an entire sandwich. Yeah, I think a lot of people ended up eating half the sandwich and then taking half home. Welcome, Monica. No, we cannot battle. I'm actually about to end the stream. Surprise to all my viewers as well. But this is going to be my last attempt on this bad boy here. I'm getting exhausted. I want to shower. This is the longest stream I've done in a while. This was sort of an endurance test for me to see, can Blisy get his mojo back? Can Blisy start, you know, actually actively streaming again and have energy for this type of thing? Alright, sleep well, Lottie. I hope you had a good time. I hope everyone here had a good time. This is going to be my last attempt, just once I find like a early enough frame, basically. I'll go for that. And I'm done. Yeah. Answer yes. And hey, Go Bad Alex, what's up? Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, I had a well, I feel energetic. You know, I feel energetic. I feel okay. I intend to stream tomorrow morning as well. The thing is, I want to stream tomorrow morning, but I also really want to try and pump out a video tomorrow morning. So we'll see how, and the video won't be for tomorrow morning. It would be for like next week. So we'll see how I'm doing. At the very least, you know what? Here's what I will promise for tomorrow. My girlfriend does have to go to bed early tomorrow, so when my girlfriend goes to bed tomorrow, I will stream. But I will work on a video in the morning is probably what I'm going to do. It might, yeah. So I would bank on a stream tomorrow evening. Alright, 3672. Tomorrow, will probably be, you know, I want to play some more Pokemon X tomorrow. I want to do some more of that Let's Play. I know it's not the most popular thing with all of my viewers, but I will do some Pokemon X Let's Play tomorrow, I think, instead of RNG Abuse. I only have the patience, and you know, if I do RNG Abuse, it would be a different game. Maybe I'll do some Emerald or some Sapphire, or maybe even some 4th Gen. I'll look into what 4th Gen RNG I have. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. 30 seconds on the clock, baby. Alright, well that's not as shiny as expected. Thank you all for watching so much. I sincerely appreciate all of you amazing viewers. Hopefully you will pass around the stream on my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that as well. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I love you all. Goodbye.